Welcome to Three Count Commentaries. This is your host, Mongo Slade. Today we're going to talk about Shotzi's epic, terrible promo. Oh my word. So, if you've been following this channel for a little while, you know I've been a defender of Shotzi. Several years ago, when she first came to NXT, I was familiar with her from Evolve. I thought she was charismatic. She was unique looking, the bright green hair, the Daredevil style. She gave me Jeff Hardy vibes. But she was willing to put her body on the line to, entertain the fans. Basically, I was like, okay, she could be like the girl version of Mick Foley, girl version of Jeff Hardy. The tattoos, the coloring, everything could work out. So she came to NXT, and I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. In a regular wrestling match, she's not very good. I was like, okay. I can overlook that because the character was interesting. The character drew me in. And she was very sympathetic. We learned that she had been on Tough Enough at one point when she was younger, but she got sent home for having a heart issue. So she had a sympathetic character, but she also had a tough as nails persona. Okay, so this could work, Now, the in-ring part, it can be overlooked. That stuff you can get as you get more experience. The only thing that I absolutely positively needed her to do was to have a good promo. That's what I needed. Several times she's hosted Halloween Havoc on NXT. She has not been great. But November 23rd, or was it 24th? It was the 24th. She, on SmackDown, is standing with Bianca Belair, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch on an all-star team that could quite possibly main event Survivor Series. And everybody's like, why is Shotzi even there? She's a jabroni. And I'm sitting here like, well, it's Shotzi's big chance. They went through the storyline with her in Damage Control, and they cut her hair, which she did for her sister. Another sympathetic move, and I'm like, you know what? I like this girl. She went through the trouble of shaving off her own head to make her sister feel better. She, put it into a storyline, and then they dropped the ball. She beat Bayley like 2 or 3 times, but it was only because Charlotte helped her. So they didn't do a good job of making her feel or look strong. And I'm thinking, okay, she's finally going to get her big chance at Survivor Series. She's going to work, one of the top matches on the show. There's 2 main events on the show. She's in one of them. All she's got to do is cut a decent promo. And then she cuts this promo. It's 43 seconds of unadulterated cringe. It's so fucking bad that my head, I think I walked away with a headache. I almost cringed myself to sleep. It was so bad. It encapsulated 1991 WWF. It's that bad. Okay? Maybe even not 1991. Maybe 1993 WWF. This was Sherry Martel on even more drugs. How bad was this? You have to listen to it for yourself. I'm going to play it. It's that bad. And on this channel, we like bad wrestling too. Because bad wrestling can be as fun as good stuff. But does this promo, is it on the wall of shame in terms of all-time bad wrestling promos? We're going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it again. And then we're going to sit here and we're going to think about some really bad wrestling promos. Well, recent years. Let's talk about recent years. I don't want to go all time. But these 2 ears have rarely heard a promo this bad. Let's play it and let's see what we can get out of this thing.
I can barely contain myself just thinking about all the carnage. Damage Control. They humiliated me when they held me down and cut my hair. They thought they could break me, but what they really did was change me. Yeah, they made me stronger, unpredictable, and breakable. And I can't wait. I can't wait to unleash my frenzy of madness
on them. No, that ain't the one. That's a whiff. I tell you, that's not good. All right, it's not good. That's all. Oh boy, that sucks. All right, so on the wall of recent years all-time bad wrestling promos, Sammy Guevara, where's my stars? Which is really bad. It's a really bad wrestling promo. Marina Shafir, you don't know me. You don't know me. And I'm just like, oh my God. But this is on the list. It brings all the elements of like terrible Joker. Like terrible Harley Quinn ripoffs, Joker ripoffs. And that's probably what really bothers me. Is how phony it is in comparison to like Jokers and Harley Quinns and how everybody tries to do that. And the fake Seth Rollins laughter. I hate that stuff. They need to just eliminate fake laughter in wrestling promos. If you can't generate real laughter like Bobby Heenan and Mr. Perfect after they screwed some guy in like early 90s WWF, that's good stuff. That's good, cocky. Their laughter makes me want to laugh. When you're feuding with Hulk Hogan and we're gonna destroy Hulkamania. No, that's garbage, man. That's garbage. That's low tier, Snidely Whiplash, Dungeons of Doom, He-Man, Skeletor shit. I can't stand that stuff. It's always phony. It's always terrible. But then when you start talking about I'ma unleash my frenzy of madness, what the fuck does that even mean? It don't even sound like a natural crazy person promo. This is legit one of the worst promos I've ever heard. It's so cringy. It's cringe inducing. It's unadulterated, pure cringe. It's cringe in a pill form cringe. It's the kind of shit you feel 2 hours later. All right. But at that being said, is it as bad as, let's say, Marina Shafir or Sammy Guevara, where the promos are so bad, I enjoy making fun of them? I don't know if I'm going to enjoy making fun of this because I don't want to hear this anymore, right? I don't want to be part of this anymore. I feel so bad for her because she seems to have 80% of what you need for success. She has a unique look, unique personal story, unique wrestling story. She's willing to weave her real life into her character. But then when it comes to just doing communication, just talking, she can't get it right. She wasn't good as a host on Halloween Havoc either week that she's done it. And she's done it 3 fucking times, I think. And she ain't never been good at that. And now they give her this character and it's fucking dreadful. It's dreadful. And this has been going on for years now. Not even talking about, this is one bad Shotzi promo. She's got a litany of bad promos. She is an all-time bad promo. She needs to study Jeff Hardy, who just lets people cheer for him and then he says very basic stuff. And then he'll go off and start talking about creatures or whatever. Some of his TNA promos were pretty bad because they tried to force him to be a promo guy, especially when he was a heel. That sucked. This is on that level. All right. And maybe she's more like Jeff Hardy than I thought. Because you have physical charisma where, you can see people dressing like her for Halloween. You could see if she, do some crazy stuff, from over the top rope stuff, and people are like, damn, she gets it in. She goes hard. But then she has to communicate something verbally. And she's like, you're like, no, it's like being a little kid and you start putting your fingers in your ears. You're like, no, this is an all-time bad promo, dog. It's definitely going on the wall of cringe. If I kept like a physical wall of cringe, Shotzi would be on it somewhere. I don't know where I would put her, but she'd be on the wall of cringe. And there's just no way around it. But the performance of this thing, it just threw me into like Faces of Fear, 1993 Atom Bomb style promos. And I was just kind of like, oh my God, this is 100% new generation assholery. And I love the new generation. But that was when I was like 8. All right? I'm not 8 years old anymore. I can look at some of that stuff now and say it was cringe. And it's not nostalgic cringe. This is modern. This is somehow modern nostalgic cringe. Where I feel like this promo was transported from another time into the soul of this girl who's probably barely 30 years old. This is absolute territory carny promo that came out of this girl. And some people are defending it. Look, I started this video by talking about how I'm a Shotzi defender. But I'm not going to defend this promo. This promo is terrible. All right? This is not good. This is not good. She has dropped the ball in every way possible. Her character is not that interesting anymore. Her look is ever evolving. I thought when she was trying to make her sexy, she was actually pretty good at that. But now she's like generic crazy girl. I'm a laugh for no reason. Oh my goodness. It looked like the dice from the goddamn Dungeons and Dragons game. There's points all over the place. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ready to pull the plug yet. I still see something there. There's still a lot of sympathy. I'm being soft-hearted for Shotzi, because if this was Natalia or somebody like that, I would be unmerciful in my hatred. But I'm just like, I'm just sitting here just disappointed at how bad this was. And it didn't need to be. Whoever told her to do the cackling, that's some of the worst shit WWE does, is all the phony laughter. This is, it's on the wall of really bad promos. If it's the worst. I don't know if it's the worst. I'm going to leave the door open to you guys. Let me know if you think this is one of the worst promos of all time. Or at least in the modern. Let's keep it modern. Because I don't want anybody digging through the territories, finding some brain dead redneck who can't talk and being like, oh, this is the worst wrestling promo of all time. Like, well, yeah, Kentucky Championship Wrestling or some shit. Some barely literate, guy who don't even know where he is. Got a concussion some 2 hours earlier. I get that. But in terms of like within the last 15 to 20 years, this is one of the worst promos I've ever heard. It's not good. There's just no way you can come up with it being good. I've heard a lot of promos. Most of them are boring, and boring is fine. Because sometimes, as being a communicator, you just want to get the information out. But when you add performance level to it, that's really what makes a bad promo. When you try to be serious, or you're trying to be tough, or you're trying to be scary, or you're trying to be crazy, and you come up with horse shit like this, it's on the list, but I don't know where. Top 15? Top 20? Top 5? It ain't on the Mount Rushmore. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's Mount Rushmore material. But it's on the wall of cringe. It's definitely Shotzi's face is going on the wall of cringe. But let me know what you guys think. And I'll talk to you guys later.